was the day after Christmas, and all through the car... Okay, we're not going to give you the... I can't rhyme! Hi everyone, I'm Bill!
I'm Justin.
And welcome to Car Reviews! Well,
we are freezing.
Yes, it is cold. We are doing this for you, right? Okay, well, first of all, we all hope you had a very Merry Christmas yesterday.
Yep. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
Feliz Navidad, Buenos Natale, Joyeux Noel. But anyway, we decided to go see a movie tonight.
Yeah.
To conquer the post-Christmas blues. We just saw Jumanji.
Welcome to the jungle.
Insert Guns N' Roses reference here, and we are done.
Okay, so Jumanji is the sort of sequel. I mean, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is the sort of sequel to the original Jumanji. In the last shot of Jumanji, the board game washes up on the beach. In this, Jumanji turns into a video game. Like, it literally turns into a video game.
Yeah, it literally turns into a video game. So, can I give
And not like a Sony PlayStation game like Sony was kind of foolish to not do, because that was like the one type of product placement you could have easily done
in a Sony movie. Is to use a Sony PlayStation as the video game console. Mind if I give the plot?
Go ahead.
Okay, so there's 4 kids in high school. We're talking about Spencer, who in the real world is played by Alex Wolff.
Okay, question.
Answer.
What is with former boy band members becoming serious actors now? I mean, we had... Well, first of all, Alex Wolff was also in Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg as one of the bombers. You had Harry Styles in Dunkirk. You have Alex Wolff again in this. And we'll get to another one in a little bit.
It's like he's trying to shed his image. But anyway...
Well, both Wolff brothers are acting. In fact, Nat Wolff was actually considered for Peter Parker for the MCU.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Anyway, getting back on topic. He plays a kid named Spencer, who's sort of a nerd.
He's like the
overprotective
scaredy cat.
mother.
He's the Jewish scaredy cat.
How do you know he's Jewish?
His catchphrase is "Oy vey."
Okay, that's true. We may have to edit that out. But anyway,
I'm Jewish, so I'm allowed.
Okay. So anyway, so what happened? Okay, so
Spencer,
who is the nerdy kid, and then you have Fridge, who is the football player,
who's struggling in school. You have the Insta Queen, Bethany,
who is basically, typical Valley girl,
pretty blonde,
thinking that being pretty is the only way she's gonna,
And then there's
get
Martha.
through in life. How would you describe Martha?
Social outcast, maybe a little bit SJW, but not too much.
Okay, I have to. Martha, Martha, Martha! I had to. That was calling my name.
You're thinking of Marsha.
Oh, I am?
A better reference in this situation would be, you have to
save Martha! Why'd you say Martha?
Okay,
so anyway,
so
they all get detention,
and they find a video game. So they start playing it. They choose their avatars, and they get sucked into the game, and they become their avatars. So Spencer becomes The Rock.
The Rock, yes.
With the mindset of a dweeby, scaredy cat Jewish kid.
Okay.
With a smoldering intimidation factor.
Because he's, he's The Rock.
Yeah, I can do that better.
Okay, Martha is a
Martha becomes Ruby Roundhouse or Karen Gillan, who you all may know from Guardians of the Galaxy or Doctor Who. Take your pick.
and she's sort of this,
She's a badass.
Yep, basically the opposite of. Okay, then you have Fridge is
Fridge turns into Kevin Hart,
which
he loses half of his body mass and basically becomes the backpack bitch slash zoologist.
I have to say, I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart, so.
So he loves Kevin Hart in this movie.
Oh my god, I was laughing.
To me, this was just like another Kevin Hart performance, which is fun, but it's another Kevin Hart performance.
I actually thought he was one of the best parts of the movie, so.
Well, my favorite is what Bethany turns into.
Which is?
Jack Black! No! I'm an overweight, middle-aged man.
Okay, so now they...
Where's my phone?
So basically, they have to try to... There's this jewel. They have to try to get through Jumanji to get to...
To get to this,
mountain thingy.
This, like, jaguar temple that has a place for the jewel, which goes into it, and you have to yell, Jumanji!
And you get out of the game. Okay, also...
But you only get 3 lives, so...
Yeah. And, there's also another...
Yes, halfway through, you meet another character. Alex.
Played by another washed-up boy band. Well, he's washed up. He's actually doing pretty good for him.
Okay, so let's not call them washed up, because Alex Wolff is becoming a good actor in his own right. He was in Patriots Day, which was a good movie.
No, when you told me that was Alex of the Naked Brothers band, I actually had to stop and think, like, wait, Naked Brothers band? Who the hell? Oh, yeah, them.
So, and then Nick Jonas is the next one who plays Alex's avatar. I can't remember who played Alex in real life, but the avatar is played by Nick Jonas of Jonas Brothers fame and his own successful solo career. He's been in the game for 20 years.
And you know what? There is a scene which I thought was kind of heartbreaking when they're sitting there and they're thinking, when he realizes he's been in there for 20 years.
Yeah, when
they were making like references to Sidney Crawford and getting jiggy with it. But Alex, what year is it? What year did you come in here?
1996.
It's 1996. It's kind of...
It is heartbreaking, but they quickly go into action. You see, like, the shots of him, and he's, like, trying to, like, absorb this new information. And... yeah,
kind of wish they went a little further with it, but...
Maybe a little bit, maybe another scene, like, after it to sort of, like... what happened to everyone? What happened to my friends? What happened?
Yeah, that would have been great. Okay. The movie overall,
the story's predictable.
It is a predictable story.
It's every video game plot in a movie you've seen. And I'm not talking about video game movies. I'm talking about movies that take place in a video game. So, like, games where, like, the characters actually have, like, lives and stuff like that. And you see it in the TV shows. You see it in the movies. It's very generic, but it's still fun. It's a very fun movie because you like these characters.
Yeah.
The characters are hysterical.
It's a fun popcorn flick.
Yes, it's a fun popcorn flick. It's
okay, I'll be honest. If you want to go see something big, deep, and complex, then
this is not a big, deep, complex movie.
Like, there are some nice emotional moments.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of good character moments in this movie. This is not a bad movie. It's a fun popcorn film. And
I liked it, and if we could talk about the acting for a moment, like, I really liked, like, okay, if there's one, I'm not really a huge fan of when they have, like, adults play kid characters, It's
They're
like
more teens, but okay.
What'd you say?
They're more teens, but
Well,
okay.
more teens, but I really don't I'll be honest, like even in I'm sorry if I'm going on a quick tangent here, like I don't even really like in a lot of animated movies when they have adults voice like kid characters. Except for a few exceptions. But anyway. Here I actually didn't mind it. Like it took me a while to grasp it, like you know, what if The Rock, he's talking like a scaredy cat kid?
He gets so scared of a squirrel that he loses his life because he lets go from a tree and falls to his death and gets eaten up by jaguars.
That I actually thought listening to The Rock talk as like a little nerdy kid was actually kind of funny.
Well, they're playing against types, and that's probably the strongest part of this movie, is that you have these 4 brilliant actors, and 3 of them are kind of playing against their type. You know, Karen Gillan's used to playing this badass character or this damaged character, and now you have this socially awkward girl in the body of Karen Gillan, and she has to encompass that. The same thing with The Rock, is he's a dweeby Jewish scaredy cat in the body of The Rock, and you have an insta-queen in the body of Jack Black, of an overweight middle-aged man.
You've all seen the trailer, come on.
And I'll be honest, like, Jack Black probably stole the show for me.
Yeah, like he was like, I gotta tell you, my brother said that he would think this movie is bad because he's like, it has Jack Black in it.
And yeah, Jack Black usually plays the same thing over and over again, like School of Rock.
And I liked School of Rock.
It's okay.
Like him talking like a middle, like a teen, like you have let's say that, again, an overweight middle-aged man talking like a 16, 17-year-old girl. And
he does it well. Kind of scarily well.
Yeah, like he talks in more like a higher pitched voice, and
flamboyantly, like his mannerisms are flamboyant, where you almost think, is Jack Black gay in real life? And no, he's not. But
it makes me think that it's like, oh my god, is he gay?
No, he's just talking like a girl.
But I'm like, oh my god, and it kind of. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it was kind of annoying.
Okay, in the beginning, yeah, it kind of dragged
once it goes
until
on,
it gets into Jumanji.
No, I meant Jack Black talking like in the first couple minutes, it's pretty annoying. But as it goes on, you can't, he does get a good laugh now. Then, like you said, was as much as I like Jack Black. Guess who my favorite part was?
Kevin Hart.
I love Kevin Hart. He's just...
You know what? Like...
I'm still black!
Okay, that was a little... Yeah, he has good lines. But it's still just Kevin Hart. Like, you've seen one Kevin Hart performance. You've seen them all.
But he's funny.
Maybe
because I love cake so much. I eat cake, it makes me explode.
Okay, yes. It's funny. It is funny. But... it's still just a Kevin Hart performance, Like
you can go see his stand-up, and it would probably be the same thing.
Yeah, he didn't really need to do much prep for this movie, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah.
He didn't need to become someone else.
I've always said, like, Kevin Rock is like the next Chris Rock. What do you think?
In terms of popularity, yes. While Chris Rock ruled like the late 90s, early 2000s, yeah, Kevin Hart's sort of like the 2010s era.
But anyway, and it's like, you know what? There is like a lot of character development in this movie, and I was kind of impressed.
Yeah, there's some decent character moments in this movie.
Because Spencer and Martha had to learn how to be more...
extroverted.
Yeah. Well, Fridge had to learn to be more,
caring, more of a team player, and Bethany had to learn how to be less of a self-absorbed insta-queen.
Like through the like, I think her character development, like I said, in the beginning of that film, she's like that girl.
Her character development was probably the best out of the four. She's the one who changed the most.
Because in the beginning, she's like that girl in high school. Remember that girl in high school who you thought was so damn attractive, but once you got to know her, she had the personality of a,
I've heard this analogy before.
No, I made this joke before. But, she just has, like, no personality, just totally into herself, and she thinks, because she's pretty, she thinks she's, she's the most important thing, but at the end, she seems like a nice person. And,
yeah.
That happens to Fridge, too, how he's not just,
He's not self-absorbed anymore.
Well,
And it's kind of funny how the most self-absorbed people are the ones who become handicapped in this movie.
Yeah.
And how the social outcasts are the one who get an upgrade.
Yeah, as I was saying to Justin before we started filming, it's like the original Jumanji with some elements of The Breakfast Club.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Nick Jonas, because he is a big part of this movie.
Yeah.
What you like? My opinion on his music. I'm not a huge fan of his music.
I do like that one song, "Jealous." I don't think that's actually a bad song.
Okay.
I think it's pretty catchy.
But what do you think of his performance?
I actually thought he was pretty good.
So, is it now becoming a thing where pop stars can become actors?
Yeah, I think so.
And do you think we should become more open to that idea? Because, again, we had Harry Styles in Dunkirk, we have Alex Wolff in both Patriots Day and this, and you had Nick Jonas in this.
But, yeah, I think that's good because, don't forget, groups like the Jonas Brothers and even the Naked Brothers Band...
They also had TV shows.
They appealed more to, 7-year-old girls.
Yeah.
But, because now what the big problem is, now a thing that they have to do is that they have to...
Grow up with them.
They have to grow up, and they have to shed an image. Another quick thing here, that movie that just came out yesterday, The Greatest Showman. How it has, not a boy band member, but Zac Efron.
Who's from, the whole Disney bubble.
Yeah, and he's got two images to shed. First, the Disney Channel image, and the sophomore comedy image.
Although the sophomore comedy image is kind of a fun image.
But yeah, but people like that, like Zac Efron, Nick Jonas, Alex Wolff, they need to learn to kind of shed their family-friendly image and become a little like Alex Wolff is kind of in Patriots Day.
Well, he plays one of the Boston Bombers, so
I think that sheds his family-friendly image, wouldn't you say?
And you have his brother Nat, who he was up for Spider-Man.
But do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, or?
You know what? I think everyone deserves a shot.
Yeah.
They did start out with television, like both Jonas Brothers, Naked Brothers Band. They both had their own shows.
Regardless how you feel about their music, which we will admit freaking terrible, but that's beside the point.
We're not fans. Let's just put it that way. We're not fans.
We were older when that stuff came out, so.
Well, Naked Brothers Band, we were just over the age, I think.
Just over the hump.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now,
speaking of family friendly, would you say this is a movie you would bring kids to? Or?
Okay. So, this movie is rated PG-13.
Because I did see some people with kids in there, so I was just wondering, because...
So, I've noticed a trend lately that PG-13 is becoming more PG, and PG is becoming more G. And, you've seen the Nostalgia Critic editorial.
Yeah.
Does PG mean anything anymore? Well,
if you haven't, go check it out. It's actually really good, too.
Well, PG-13, it's taking a similar hit, and I've noticed that with some R-rated films, aside from the constant swearing, there's not much to warrant that R rating with a few exceptions.
Like, there is, like, some violence in the movie, but it's like, you know.
It's cartoonish violence, though, because aside from a little blood here and there, it's not that violent. It's and the CGI is admittedly not that good. It's kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, saying that they meant it that way because, you know, they're inside of a video game, yada yada yada.
Yeah. And, like, anyway, with Family Friendly, there are some jokes that are made.
Mostly involving Bethany in a new body of a different gender.
Did you just assume her gender?
She assumed her own gender!
I had to. And anyway, like, I probably, if you have a kid who's like maybe 7 or 8, that joke would kind of fly.
You know what? I think it's fine because some of these jokes, when you're little, they fly right over your head. They do.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at the slapstick.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is a bad movie for families. Like if your kid's like 9, 10,
like,
go ahead.
You may have to explain a joke or two, but
it's not super, oh my god, this is like borderline R potty humor.
Yeah.
Like there's potty humor in this.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, overall, I think this is a fun movie.
Yeah, it's absolutely a fun movie.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, is it a groundbreaking masterpiece? No.
No, it's
something if you just wanna.
It's a fun movie with fun characters and a generic plot. But for people like, say, me, that's enough.
Yeah, if you wanna, if you want something fun to watch, this is like, parents out there, if you because I know this week you have your kids home from school for winter break. If you want to take them to see a movie that's,
now
fun and get a few laughs, then I would recommend it.
Now I'll say this though, I would not spend $13 on this movie.
No, we went on discount movie day.
Yes, we only spent like $7.25 a ticket for this movie.
The economics of us.
So, yeah, see this movie. If you can see it at a matinee screening, do that. But it's worth a watch. It's a fun popcorn movie, and I'll give it a thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up too. Okay, well, I think this was our last review of 2017.
This is our last review of 2017. Next up, we'll do kind of a retrospective. We're going to give out awards. There's going to be alcohol and beautiful women dancing around.
Yes!
It's going to be great. No, there's going to be none of that. There's going to be
we wish there was, right? We don't know when we're going to do that. We're going to probably either this week or maybe next week. We did say in our Star Wars review we would do it this week, which is the week between Christmas and New Year's, but
it's busy. We're busy people.
Yeah, we're so important, aren't we, Justin? And also we're trying to get a friend of mine to join in.
So we'll see what happens.
And we'll keep you posted. Okay, since this is our last review, from us to you, we wish you a continued joyous holiday season, and we wish you a very happy new year. And we'll see you in 2018.
See you next year. Bye.
Bye.